Hello and welcome to the all-new edition of the Discover Your Assets webinar. It feels so good to be alive and it feels so good to be back. We are so delighted and I'm reaching you today live from the Lifestyle Asset Hub Limited headquarters in Abuja, Nigeria. How are you doing? Where are you watching us from today? Are you in the beautiful city of Accra, Ghana? Or are you in Lusaka in Zambia? Are you in Nairobi, Kenya? Where are you watching us from? And I want us to make this as interactive as possible. So just drop your name and where you're watching us from, and of course, just drop something you are so grateful about, and of course, what you would like to learn from today's edition of the Discover Your Assets webinar. We are so delighted to have you. And of course, for me, I'm also super delighted myself because we have a very unique edition for you today. Today, you'll be learning about how to take your business, your career, your life to the next level, and especially managing the unique ecosystem we find ourselves. And of course, I have a very fantastic guest for today, someone I have massive respect for, someone you know or you might know already. And I need you to please ensure you have your P square ready. Okay, please not Peter and Paul. I mean your pen and paper. Okay, because I need you to jot along because we have so much value for you today. And I need us at the end of today for you to say, wow, you know what, Abioye Lifestyle Hub, this is what I'm able to pick from today's edition. Thank you and welcome. All right, as you can all see, I have the fantastic, intelligent, world-famous Ebuka Anichebe right here with us at the Lifestyle Hub HQ. And of course, we'll be adding great value to you today. Thank you so much, Ebuka, for creating time.
Thank you for inviting me.
You know, we've been looking for you all around, digitally, physically. You know, I know what you do. It's very fantastic. Thank you for the great value you are really adding to our lives. We know how busy you are. And for us, we are very happy that you could create time to be here today.
Well, I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to see you.
Yes, happy to see you too. Happy to see you. You know, a lot of testimonials, you know, about how you really helping businesses to move, you know, from zero to greatness, you know, and I really need us today to add some great extra value, okay, to our audience today, because a good number of people watching us, some are doing fantastically well already with what they do. You know, some are below average. You know, some have been destabilized by the effect of COVID, for example.
Yeah.
You know, some people, inflation indices has really destabilized the calculations, okay, of the profitability of their businesses.
That's true.
Some are confused. Some entrepreneurs right now, Ebuka, are now considering picking up their CVs all over again and go and look for a paid job.
Yeah.
Okay. Some find pleasure in paid job, but they are really frustrated because they feel their salary, the worth of their salary, in the market reality has really watered down the worth of the salary, and the salary has not gone up.
Yeah.
Okay. And I've particularly requested for you to be right here today because I know you have so much debt, okay, and I need you to generously, okay, share with us today what do you think an average entrepreneur, workplace professional can really do at this time and age, okay, manage this new ecosystem we find ourselves, okay, profitably well.
Well, Abioye, I think it's important that you ask these questions. And I'm happy we're talking about this here because this is the Discover Your Assets webinar. Now, what's your assets? That should be the first question. What's your assets? Because when we talk about assets, people just want to think about cars and buildings. But beyond that, you should look at your asset as your capital. And then you must understand what's your capital. Okay? And that's the first key thing. If you really understand what it is you have in your hand that can be construed as capital, then you start to understand, okay, fine, I've discovered this capital. Now the next question is, how can I develop this capital before you even talk about distributing it? So we call this a 3D process, okay? You must discover, you must develop, and then you can distribute. So first of all, let's talk about what's your asset. An asset is anything that can generate income for you. And now that doesn't necessarily have to be a land or building. It could be your brain, it could be your mental ability. Okay, what you know, the things you know. When you pay consultants money, when you go to see a doctor and they tell you pay 5,000 naira consultation fee, it's because of the wealth of information that he has. information that you can't easily Google to give you the right answers. And so that's one kind of capital. I think in this tumultuous times when people have lost their jobs, when incomes have suddenly just been evaporated, people need to start asking themselves, so what have I been learning all these years? And I find that a lot of people don't do these audits for themselves, maybe because they're already living with themselves, and so they tend to, in a way, underlook or just undervalue what it is they already have. So that's on the one hand, okay? What you know, the information you have locked up within you. Now, if you're able to sit down and really ask yourself, this is self-audit, not something you have to have your wife come in to do for you or anybody else. It's just you sitting down and ask yourself, what do I know, right? What topics, what fields do I have good understanding and mastery in? Okay, so if I was to do this myself, I can write down simply, what do I know? Oh, I'm a good speaker. That could be one. Or I'm very good at writing. That could be number two. Now, I ask myself, well, where can I deploy these assets? Since it's already, I know this is what I need, or what I have. Now, who needs what I have? And you realize that what you're looking for is looking for you.
Wow.
And if you can take this as a belief system, like your belief system, that what I'm looking for, somebody is looking for this thing, right? So if it's, oh, I want to become a writer in a magazine, right? Realize that there's a magazine somewhere that just started and they are looking for writers for that. And then that gives you the momentum to wake up every morning and go out and do something. So first of all, I think in this type of times, you must sit down and ask yourself, what do I know?
Wow.
What do I know? What knowledge do I already possess that I can leverage on? And it has to go beyond just what you're doing already in your job description. It has to do with every other thing that you've been learning over time. Because some people have moved from different industries. Like over the years, they move from one industry to another industry. I myself have moved. I'm also invested in several industries. So sometimes people ask me, how are you doing agriculture today, next tomorrow?
You know, your flexibility is magic, man.
Yeah, and I tell them, no, that funny enough, I think I'm only doing one thing.
Yeah.
Right? I can play this in different industries. Why? Because I know what I'm good at. Right? And if I know what I'm good at, when I go into a new field, I can then outsource the parts I'm not good at.
Fantastic.
To other people. I already know, okay, fine, I'm not good at finance, so I have to get somebody that can handle the numbers.
Yeah.
I don't have the energy for project management and continue. So I have to get somebody else that can be an operations manager. And I'll always maintain for myself that position of CMO, right? And I tell myself, before being a CEO, I'm the chief marketing officer of this company, and that's what I'm going to be doing.
Absolutely.
Because it comes naturally for me as a skill. And so being able to deploy that, I mean, understanding what you have up there is vital if you're going to be able to move beyond just complaining about, oh, the economy is bad, Buhari is not doing his job, this person is not doing the job. It has to come from you.
Wow.
So that's one.
Now, Ebuka, before we move further, you know, you are awakening the giants in me already. I'm serious. You know, because you said something very clearly, because one of the reasons why people struggle with their lives and businesses is because they feel capital was money.
Yes.
Okay, now you've just shown us the intellectual connection to capital. Yeah. And one inspiration I just got for Ebuka right now, at this very set right now, is that every one of you watching us right now, you've got to do what I call conduct an intellectual audit of yourself. Yeah. Like what he said, what do I know? Okay, can what I know be nairalized or dollar-ized? Can people pay? See, if people cannot pay for what you know is useless.
It's useless.
It's even useless to you.
To you.
Okay. Yeah. So I just want to encourage you, every one of us watching us right now, okay, that it is very important that we build our knowledge base. Okay, it is very important we build our knowledge base. And you know, Ebuka, you said the 3Ds. Being in real estate, I'm so used to 3Ds. Yeah. You know, I thought it's the picture of our apartment, you know, and discover, develop, and distribute. That's it. Discover, develop, and distribute. Yeah. See, Ebuka, I need you to please break these three. How can people really discover? I know you've talked about asking yourself what you know and everything. I know there's some deeper dynamics to it. Yeah. So what can our audience today, myself inclusive, okay, discover ourselves better. Okay? And after we've discovered ourselves, how can we now develop these raw gifts, assets that we have? Okay? Then how can we now distribute it to the point whereby people can pay for it?
Okay, so let's start with the discovery part. Now, there are different ways you can discover yourself. You can come about it by accident. Yesterday I was reading an article that says that Konje Wela, when she read her first economics book her father gave to her in order to get rid of her, she said, no, I will never study economics. And she wanted to study geography. And so later on, the only subject that was available at Harvard at that time was economics. So she had to study economics. And they called her the accidental economist. That was Forbes called her. But here she is today, right up there. Now, sometimes what you know may not be so obvious to you because it comes naturally for you, right? And at this point, you will need a mirror to kind of see, and you can ask your mirror. It could be your spouse, it could be your best friend, it could be your boss, right? And you say, if they were to ask you, if you were to think of one thing about me, right, what would you call me for? What would you say I'm good at? And you might realize that some people will tell you, oh, you're very good at organizing, right? And you realize, okay, maybe you should go and study project management, or you should go do interior decoration or party planning events. So that could just be one part. You asking people, because we're very poor judges of ourselves.
Wow.
And sometimes you need that reflection from outside to say, look, what is about me that you like, that you think I'm good at? And then you discover a part of you that maybe you've overlooked because you just thought, nah, I'm not really good. Because every time we always try to peg ourselves with somebody that is way higher than us. Way higher than us. And so as long as you're not as good as that person, you say, no, I'm not good at all.
Yeah.
But you forget that you don't have to be the best in the world to get paid for what you know. In fact, if you know 1% more than somebody else, they are willing to pay you for that, because for them it's like filling the piece of their own puzzles.
Absolutely.
So that's one way, you being able to ask somebody else, what would you say I'm good at? If somebody else asks you, oh, what's a beer you're good at? What would be your answer? And now you start to see how people really see you. And that's your brand presence. That's your real brand. You know what you think about yourself is what other people think of you.
Absolutely.
Right? So that's your brand identity. And once you can start from there, you can start asking yourself, now if these people think of me in this way, now what courses or what mentors would I require in order to polish myself? What books will I have to read in order to become even better at this? And that's the starting point.
Fantastic.
And everybody, when things are rough, like how they are in Nigeria, and I know things are very tough for people right now. I mean, I see all kinds of requests for money, for drugs and accommodation and school fees, and I see the people in the tight spot, right? But I keep wondering, how can I make this better for them? So beyond just giving them money and then they come back next week, how can you get them to start seeing how they can deploy their own assets in new ways that they've never thought about before? And that's the first thing. So ask, if you can't do the audit yourself, ask somebody. They give you feedback. Now work on that feedback and build yourself. So when you finish discovering yourself, then you can then move on to developing yourself. Right? But you must discover those skills that God has put within you. And they could be talents. But people don't pay for talent, they pay for skills. So that's you discover your talents, but you develop your talents from being raw to being skilled. And that's the key thing. So let me just talk about, I'll touch a bit about what are the assets. Because somebody's at home thinking, watching this and saying, this man is talking from a comfortable, see his suit, he's wearing Versace suit. No, I'm saying you better start from, this is what you should start from. You better start from understanding what kind of assets they are. What kind of capitals do we have available? And capital, we don't think it's just financial capital, right? It's like saying, oh, an animal is a dog. No. That's a half-truth. You know, a dog is an animal. But an animal doesn't necessarily have to be a dog. An animal could be a cat.
True.
So if you get from that perspective, then you say, okay, fine. Money is capital. But capital is not money.
True.
Capital is way bigger than money.
Wow.
Right? So you have your intellectual capital, what you know. You have your social capital, who you know and who knows you.
Exactly.
Right? You have your financial capital, land, paper, bonds, that kind of stuff. You have that. Then you also have other interesting kinds of capital. Right? You have your political capital, right? If you're well known in your place, you have that. That's
even spiritual capital.
You have spiritual capital.
If you are well known by God.
If you're well known by God, yeah, it was true. Well, it's true. Because there's some people that you know that when they talk to God, God, for some reason,
Yeah.
answers their prayer
Absolutely.
faster. I mean, God answers everybody's prayer. But sometimes the answer is no.
Maybe we should even do an edition on how to build your spiritual capital.
Ah, that one, I don't know if I'm going to be the person to handle that. I can recommend the pastor for you.
You must not even be a pastor, or must not be an imam. You
Yeah,
know, because for me, I realized that even with all we know, okay, it is smart to know that God needs you to present your plan to Him.
Yes.
Okay, God is not as wicked as the devil makes us to believe.
Yeah.
Okay, He just needs you to talk. But the most times that we talk to God, we don't listen to God. Because when we do all those prayers in our churches and our mosques, we are talking to God. But the question that do we meditate? Okay, because by the time we meditate, we are listening to God.
God.
And that could help a great way in the developmental aspects of our assets.
So this meditation is very important. And I think for many people, especially Christians, maybe we don't actually go deeper into meditation, and we're all about praise and worship and thanksgiving and supplications. But that's something that we can actually explore.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Then
So
distribute.
Distribute.
It's like that distribution is what brings the money.
oh, that's the money part.
Yeah.
That's the money part. Everybody wants to jump into the money part. But I keep saying, no, look, first of all, see how the capitals you have, how you can synergize between them, right? And see how you can blend them. There's one funny capital, erotic capital. Have you heard of that before?
Trust me, I won't lie on the international platform like this. Please tell me about it. How does it work?
So erotic capital is like if I'm as handsome as you are, right? Nice beard, full hair. See, I don't have hair, right?
Now I'm feeling like someone that has so much assets already. Please, what's the better value of this?
You're blessed. Now you can walk into a room, and due to your height, due to the way you speak, due to your command, people look at you and as a leader. They may not even know your name yet, but they know that there's something about your presence in the room, your aura that just they say this guy is somebody important to note, and that could get you into all kinds of places.
Wow.
Because you can walk into a minister's office, they'll say, "Oh, are you on appointment?" Say, "Well, he would like to see me," and she looks at you. She says, "Oh, this is the kind of person that my guy would like to see anyway," and she goes and makes an appointment for you. Say, there's a really important man. I think you would like to see him, and you're in the door. It's the difference if somebody else comes in there, he's half dressed, he doesn't look as good as you, maybe bald like me, very
Come on,
fat and all of that, and they'll say, "Okay, you go wait too," and then you're there 4 hours later, you're still there. You say, "Okay, you go wait small," and then next thing the minister leaves the office. Why? Because erotic capital is key, and now it's the same reason why actresses make more money than actors in Nigeria, because they have an erotic appeal. So beyond just being in the movies, people will pay them to come and do appearance fees at their birthday parties. People will pay them money to come and advertise for them ads, for all their brands. So that's the erotic appeal. If you have somebody like on Mortal Ajalade, and you're trying to launch a perfume brand or cosmetic brand or whatever sort, it's more likely that she will get bigger results for you than if you want to pick just any random person from the streets that may look pretty, but because she has that star appeal.
So presence.
That presence. So now if you have that, and you know if you have that or you don't have that, because if you're the kind of person that when you stand up, maybe you go out with your friends, and the moment you look at your watch and say, time is already 10 o'clock, I have to go, and the moment you stand up, everybody remembers that they too have to go, then you have that. There's something about it that people, it's not just about your external looks, it's just about how you make other people feel in your presence.
True.
So if you have that, you leverage on that, you put yourself in an industry where you have more people, you know that you can leverage on that. So it could be about network marketing, it could be about business development, but you put yourself in that place because you're a people's person, right? And you must be able to tap into that as well. So but people don't get that, and then they go find themselves in a job where they're hidden behind a desk, they're hidden behind a room, and nobody's seen them. So at the end of the day, their more productive hours are spent doing something that they could give somebody else and go do what they enjoy.
So that simply means that a lot of our audience watching us today, they have so much erotic capital being wasted. Now, and they listen to you carefully, okay, because I'm hearing this concept for the first time, erotic capital. I believe you've got to be erotic so that you can attract some capital into your pocket or something. Now, but on a very serious note, listen to you. There is a connection between that erotic capital concept and charisma.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you deploy your erotic capital, the door opens.
That's true.
Now, by the time you deploy your intellectual capital, the door permanently remains open.
That's true.
Because you could be good looking, smart looking, nice beards, and other stuff. Then the door opens. Then you open your mouth. And your mouth shuts the door.
That's the last meeting.
So what that simply means is that God has blessed us. Now, it's not about how tall you are or how short you are. There is a way you can build yourself to a point whereby you might not be tall, but the way you make people feel, your relationship with people, your connection with people will give you like 4 extra feet.
That's true.
So, okay, you'll be 4 feet extra tall.
Tall, yeah.
Because of who you've been able to build yourself to become.
That's right.
Wow, fantastic. Now, there's as we wrap up this conversation with you today, Ebuka, I need us to leave money in the pocket of people today. Okay, and when I say money, I don't mean virtual money. I mean real money. They can go cash. Okay, that means that I want us to dolarize, okay, all these concepts, ideas that people can deploy to improving their liquidity. Okay, what people can do this time and age on how to make extra income legitimately. Okay, because you can imagine, like in Nigeria, for example, recently the CBN said no to cryptocurrency transaction. Do you know how many jobs that are at stake right now? So the question right now is that even when CBN probably they have their concern, they've not been able to study properly the benefit of the crypto world.
Yeah.
Because I can say to you that we have thousands of youths in Nigeria, okay, that their jobs are at stake. Now, what can these people do? Okay. Now, before you answer that question, this is Discover Your Assets webinar.
Yeah.
Okay, like you rightly said, asset comes in different forms. Okay, and I would like us to quickly talk to our people about one of the forms that asset comes. Okay, which is we are talking about physical asset in real estate right now.
Yeah.
Okay, because one of the things we want to encourage people to build their knowledge. Then when you build your knowledge, you start making money, then come to real estate and protect your wealth. That's so much inflation right now.
Yeah.
Those that have healthy real estate portfolio, Ebuka, can assure you, they are not feeling the impact of the inflation. Because with real estate, inflation, it's
goes up along with it.
Inflation is an houseboy with real estate.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I must really thank you for staying with us to this point. There's a unique concept I just want to blow your mind with. Okay, and I would like you to watch this unique ecosystem that we've been able to develop at Lifestyle Up. We call it the Extra Luxury Ecosystem that enables you to own a tastefully finished ultra luxury 4-bedroom terrace duplex apartment. Guess what? With a private rooftop swimming pool. Please check this out. All right, trust me, I will not ask you if you love what you just saw. I'm sure you like it. Everybody deserves a good life. Okay, now what we've simply done at Lifestyle of Life, we simply made luxury affordable and accessible. What you just saw is a unique community we created. And guess what? It's not just virtual community, it is physical, because we have our fully finished estate, well built, okay, in Gusape district of Abuja already, as you might just be seeing on your screen right now. Okay, and I invite every one of you watching us right now, if you are in Nigeria, if you are in Abuja, come and see the masterpiece. In Nigeria alone, in Abuja to be very precise, we have Up 1, Up 2, Up 3, Up 4. We launched Up 4 just about a few weeks ago, and Up 5, it's loading already. So what that means that we have 5 different estates coming up at different levels in Abuja. We are in Port Harcourt, we are in Enugu, in Ibadan, in Lagos, and guess what? In Accra, Ghana. Okay, in Accra, Ghana, very soon we'll be unveiling our portfolio in the Gambia very shortly. So we're a Pan-African housing solution company with a unique system that enables Africans in Africa and Africans in the diaspora build a very healthy real estate portfolio that simply help them to make up in numbers what they lack in cash. Now let me show you 4 ways to owning one of those lovely terrace 4-bedroom duplexes. The first package I would like to share with you, my friends, today is the Big League package. What is Big League? The Big League package is specially designed for that categories of people out there that they just want to buy. They just want to invest. They just want to protect their capital against the effect of inflation. Okay? They just want to generate sustainable income through a unique real estate portfolio. And our Big League prices range, okay, it's ranged from $136,000 US to about 236,000 United States dollars. Okay, and you can see the Naira equivalent and the CD equivalent right here on the screen. Okay, so whereby you pay this sum of amount within 8 to 10 months, your keys are delivered to you. And we have a contract with you, and that contract is protected by a 20% performance bond. And when we deliver your keys to you, we have what we call the 7 days appraisal period. What does that mean? It simply means that when we deliver the keys to you, you have 7 days to say yes or no to the apartment. Okay, if within 7 days you love the apartment, you are so impressed, okay, the deposited check we gave to you at day 1, you will simply return the check back to us. But if for any reason you are so disappointed, okay, with the apartment we deliver to you, we have what we call the buyback guarantee, whereby you can just simply cash out, go and present that check plus 20% on the original amount you paid us in bank 45 working days after that. You know why we can do this? Because for us, quality is key to us, and we also understand and appreciate the dynamics of our portfolio that simply appreciate well over 80% in less than 12 months of delivery to you. Now, if you are very interested in this Big League package, I encourage you to contact us. Contact the person that shared this clip with you today or this webinar with you, and they will even show you a unique business plan that shows how you can generate an average of $4,000 US on a monthly basis after we deliver that apartment to you. All right. Now, there's a second package I would like to share with you. It's called the Elite VVIP package, because we know that not every African listening to me right now, or the Africans in diaspora, okay, we have the capacity to buy a real estate portfolio with an instant payment of $136,000 US to $236,000 US. Okay. Now we created the Elite VVIP package, whereby with $44,000 US, okay, and of course you can see the Naira equivalent and the CD equivalent right here on the screen. It's automatic. Okay. Now with $44,000 US, you can own the same apartment by just following this just one step. Sign up with $44,000 US, recommend 4 of your friends that made the same subscription of $44,000 US. You earn 5% commission on each of them. Voila, you qualify for your own 4-bedroom terrace apartment. and your keys will be delivered to you within 90 days. Very simple. Sign up with 44,000 US dollars. Recommend 4 people that sign up with the same 44,000 US dollars. Then you qualify. Then the question you might be asking right now is that, okay, Abiodun, what happens to my 4 friends? Nothing happens to them. It's all good. You know why? Because those 4 friends of yours, when they recommend their 4 friends, they also qualify for their own apartment. So I encourage you, contact your friends. They will also talk to you about other built-in benefits into this elite VVIP package. Now, before I get Ebuka to wrap up this session for us today, I will also quickly want to talk about the VVIP package, whereby you sign up with the sum of 11,000 US dollars. Okay, you sign up with 11,000 US dollars. You can see the Naira and the cedi equivalent on the screen already. Then you recommend 4 of your friends that made the same subscription of 11,000 US dollars. And you earn 5% commission on each of them. Okay, and those 4 friends of yours will also recommend their own 4 friends too. Not by you doing what I'm doing now today, by you inviting them to our offices, to our next edition of the Discover Your Asset webinar, whereby they discover this unique opportunity. So by the time your 4 friends recommend their 4, making 16 in your second generation, 2 things will happen to you. Number 1, we pay you a leadership bonus of 11,000 US dollars. Your capital is back, okay? And you also qualify for your 4-bedroom terrace duplex apartment. Okay, if this interests you, I will encourage you to please contact your friends, and they will also talk to you about other built-in benefits. Do you know you can even own a beautiful E350 Mercedes-Benz in the course of applying this model? Yes, you can. So please talk to your friends. They will give you all these details. They are knowledgeable. They are fantastic. They are our vision partners. So I'm inviting you to also subscribe. Once you subscribe, you automatically become a Lifestyle of Vision partner. Then finally, under this very package is the VIP package, where you sign up with the sum of 5,500 US dollars. You recommend 3 of your friends. You earn 10% commission on each of them. Those 3 friends recommend their 3, making 9. Then you earn a leadership bonus of 5,500 US dollars at that point. Then finally, those 9 friends of yours recommend their 3 each, making 27. Voila! You qualify for your apartment. The summary of these packages, this leverage-based package, is that you simply make up in numbers what you lack in cash. There is one more community I would like to share with you, okay? And I want you to please check out this video, okay? It's a unique community. We call it the Solid Refuge community, where you can own a tastefully finished 3-bedroom flat apartment, and gives you entrance into this unique system we've created at Lifestyle. Please check this out. right, now that is a solid refuge for you, okay, whereby we are also promoting a unique vertical construction, okay, whereby with what we've developed at Lifestyle Up, you can own a 3-bedroom flat, okay, using the system we've created. Now, if you love the solid refuge, okay, and it's something you really want, you can own it to the outright system, okay, whereby we call it the Big Haven option. Between 89,000 US dollars and 11,000 US dollars, you can own, okay, between 89,000 US dollars and 111,000 US dollars. You can own one of these outrightly. You make this payment within 18 months, your keys are delivered to you, okay, and we have a contract with you. The contract is also protected by a 20% performance bond. Now, we have some interesting leverage system, whereby we have what we call the Haven 3.0, where you subscribe with the sum of 27,500 US dollars. You recommend 4 of your friends. Each of them, you earn 5% commission. Voila, you qualify for one of those flats. Then we have another package we call the Haven 2.0, whereby you sign up with 6,200 US dollars, okay? And of course, you recommend 4 of your friends. You earn 5% commission on each of them. Then those 4 friends recommend their 4, making 16. You qualify for one of those flats, apartments. Then of course, we have the Haven 1.0, whereby you sign up with the sum of 3,100 US dollars. You recommend 3 of your friends. Those 3 recommend their 3, making 9. You earn a leadership bonus at that point. Then those 9 recommend their 3, making 27. The day the 27th person sign up, you are a proud owner of one of those flat apartments. And it will interest every one of you listening to me right now that we have the unique integrated point system at Lifestyle Up that simply integrates all our 6 leverage-based packages, from the Elite VVIP package to the VVIP package to the VIP package to the Haven 3.0 package to Haven 2.0 package and Haven 1.0 package into a unique system whereby you can build your point across all these 6 packages and still qualify for the apartment. You can exit with either 50 points, okay, you own the apartment, or you exit with 100 points. To learn more, okay, with 55 points actually, to learn more about this point system is a unique discovery I want you to discover through that person that invited you to today's webinar. Trust me, you even get more excited, okay? So I encourage you to be a proud owner of the Lifestyle Up Real Estate franchise. There is so much for you to discover. All you need to do is to subscribe and join our unique knowledge-based community. Talking about knowledge, let's quickly wrap up this week's edition with Mr. Ebuka Anichebe as he dollar-ized, okay, the whole process for us on what we can do, okay, in addition to our current stream of income, to earning a very fantastic what we can do, okay, by the side, okay, or actively to, of course, improving our liquidity. Thank you so very much, everyone. Wow. All right, Ebuka, thank you for staying to this very point. This is a concluding moment.
Okay.
And I'm so happy we have very healthy number of people watching us live today, okay, and they are looking forward to discovering things that can be done, okay, in this new reality we find ourselves.
Right.
COVID is there. Inflation is still fighting us. Government policy is also fighting us across board. What can we do really? What are the options left for us?
Well, first things first is know the edge of your competence and then find out people that can complement you. When you know this is what I can do and what I can't do, right? Focus on what you can do, but then be sure to find out who can do what you can't do. For me, I'm an outside guy, so I'm comfortable going out there, bringing in the business. But then I know I need an operations team, so I'm going to look out for that person that can do that. So even if you find yourself in a job where your salary has been cut, realize that Your salary has been cut, but not your wisdom, right? So
Fantastic.
use the knowledge and the wisdom that you already gathered on that job and seek new ways to deploy that without necessarily bringing harm to your company or becoming a direct competition to your company. And there are many ways to do this. There are many ways to do this. So it could be you asking to either get a commission for sales, assuming you're in that position to do that. You asking to make recommendations in exchange for another, again, a commission, or referrals in exchange for a commission. And you can simply do this by looking at what it is you're already offering and ask yourself, what happens before the customer comes to me, and what happens after they've come to me? And then how can I be of more value in this value chain that you've recognized? So it could be, oh, I've gotten a house, I've finally gotten a house from Lifestyle Hub. So what next? The house is not furnished. So if I was to make a recommendation, oh, go and buy from Alibet, that recommendation shouldn't be free, right? I should go make a setup with them and say, look, if you go and buy from this particular furniture company and mention my name, they will give you 5% or 10% discount.
Fantastic.
But the idea is now they will also know that I recommended you, and at the back end, I still get something from it. So people should be able to set up that type of arrangement.
You just imagine you find yourself at Transcorp and you met one big man. Say, what do you do? I'm an executive freelance consultant. What do you do? What does that mean? I simply help people with fantastic products. I simply connect fantastic products
To people.
with people.
Simple as that. And now people say, like what? You know, because it's intriguing. Because they've never heard that before. So this is, what can you connect me with? You say, well, what do you need?
What product do you have?
What product do you have?
How strong is your product?
Yeah, good.
Can your product connect to the kind of audience I have?
Thank you.
Okay, and you can even negotiate the commission.
You can negotiate the commission.
You know, with you remember of competence. With competence, you can go away with murder.
You can go anything.
When I say murder, not killing someone.
Not killing somebody.
Yes.
But even that too. If you're a lawyer. But you can do so much more. You can do so much more. So sit down and realize that in downtime is a good time for you to go back into your shell and develop yourself. You know, we're talking about development. After you've discovered, you need to develop yourself. Because there's no point you just being half as good as the other guy and the other guy is twice as good as you. No point. So work on developing yourself during this downtime because the economy won't be in recession forever.
True.
It won't be.
It won't be.
So
really.
this is the time when you have
Besides,
to
there was
hone your
recession
skills.
before.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you don't have to participate in the recession.
Exactly.
You don't have to be. So you want to do that. That's number one. Secondly, you want to find out ways people are making money, right? And that has to do with you being able to do research and then ask people that are better off. And if they're open enough, if you're humble enough to ask and have that intellectual humility, they can tell you how their bread is getting buttered. And you start seeing how you can align with them, right? So you can get some of the bits of butter yourself. And that's important. You need to ask, because if you're not doing too well, you know people that are doing well.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is ask them, guy, put me online now.
Exactly.
Put me online,
Yeah.
right? Let me get a bit. And people will respond better to you when you ask that question than, guy, raise me 2K.
Hey, thank you.
Right?
You know, ask for partnership and not for money.
Ask for partnership.
You know.
Ask for ideas, and you'll be surprised. So during the lockdown, I was thinking to myself, I don't know how. I mean, then we didn't understand what coronavirus was. I thought it was like a vampire thing that somebody just touched you.
Yeah,
and you just go like that, right?
So you'll be walking on the street, the thing will just be running after you.
So it was scary, and I was thinking, will we ever be able to go back into the training rooms and hold trainings? And if that's not possible, then what can I do? I had a friend, and this friend, he's very versatile, and I said, look, put me online now. What else can I be doing? He said, oh, you can do anything now. I said, yes, but just tell me give me I said, go into rentals, right? Go into rentals and be renting stuff, right? Buy these things. And so I started thinking to myself, okay, what can I rent? And then I came up with that COVID-19 disinfection booth and started renting that. And it's been amazing. And I'll tell you what, anybody else, that asks that question will probably get the same answer. But how well are you willing to act on the knowledge you have? And there's no point you having, watching this video, and if you're not willing to act, you might as well just go to bed. Go and watch Netflix and chill. Right? Because it all comes down and it boils down to the decision to act, to make that first move, and realize that it won't be perfect. Your first move will not be perfect. But your willingness to improve on that imperfection is what will eventually lead you to your Eldorado, where everything is working, and then you can finally push this downwards. So distribution takes a risk, and that's the risk of people, number one, not liking your product. Number two, people giving you negative feedback, and you either now crawl back into your shop and say, this is not what is for somebody else, not for me. Or you choosing, I'm going to get feedback. It may not be positive at first, but I will get better because of that feedback, and I will thank them for that feedback. And you keep doing that day in, day out, and you find out one day you're flying instead of running anymore. So that's the key thing.
Awesome.
Be sure to, and some people say, oh, but Ebuka, it's easy for you to say, you're an I'm an extrovert, this person is an introvert. No, look, even if you're an introvert, and some people are introverts, and I understand that for many reasons, people can be introverts. If you're an introvert, realize you don't always have to be an Abioye. You don't have to come get in front of camera and talk and do all that. No, you can choose writing. You can choose to better improve your writing skills, and now you don't longer have that as a problem.
Then your pen speaks for you.
Your pen speaks for you, right? Many writers are introverted. You meet them for the first time.
People pay you to write.
Pay you to write.
You become a ghostwriter.
My goodness, people. Do you know people get paid to write a 500-word essay, 2.5 million naira?
You can imagine.
In Nigeria.
Yeah, you can imagine.
And they are hackers writers. Anything you want them to write on, whether it's a speech as a governor, whether it's to make the analysis of Fulani headsmen, whether it's to make an analysis of cryptocurrency ban in Nigeria, they would write for you, right? And if you say it's a company, maybe your company wants to take a position on an issue, but you want to be sure that you have all your facts. You find these kind of people, they will research for you, write for you, and you get paid.
Absolutely.
So it's really about you. Realize that so many platforms, when you've discovered your assets, when you've developed your assets, there are online platforms, guru.com, freelancer.com, fiverr.com. You can go to these places and now start exporting your knowledge, your wisdom to people outside of the country and start earning forex from your living room.
Absolutely.
It's never been a good time to make money.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
It's never been a better time to make money because you can make money from anywhere. And I tell people this and they'll say, oh, are you sure this can? And I say, try me. So now I have people that are maybe mentees, they go into things like digital paint and they're selling African work overseas. Huge markets.
Wow.
In Nigeria, nobody's buying those things, but outside there in south of Spain, in France, people are buying it and they are comfortable in their room. And everybody thinks, oh, this guy now, Yahoo boy. No, they suddenly saw that the best thing you can do, and all of business is this, find a place where you have an asset that is not being appreciated and move to another place where it can be appreciated. That's all this import and export thing is about. People don't appreciate it so much here, but you move somewhere else and everybody's like, oh, wow, this is the best thing. And once you can find that arbitrage, then you can make a lot of money. So find that arbitrage. It won't come from you sitting at home. It will come from you actually doing your research, going out and talking to people, and you realize that what you're looking for is looking for you.
It's looking for you, actually.
That's what it is.
What you are looking for in Sokoto is in your Shokoto. You know, thank you so much, Ebuka. And the advice I would just want to give to our audience, in addition to everything, Ebuka, and I draw this from the inspiration I got from listening to Ebuka today. We are so blessed to have him at this edition of the Discover Your Asset webinar, and I promise you we are going to drag him back very soon for another for a continuation of this conversation. Okay, but we need you to go and apply some of these concepts already, because knowledge without application equals frustration. But knowledge plus application creates inevitable greatness.
That's true.
Okay, you know, and you are looking for what to do. Your knowledge liberates with what will liberate you. Because at the end of the day, what determines our success is what we know, like you said, and who we know. You know, and at the end of the day, we become very, very financially liberated. And if you are also still wondering what you need to do to make money, you know what you do for me? Just print your bank statement, okay, for the past 1 year. Just print the bank statement. Then look at the things you spend money on the most. Go and do the business.
Simple as that.
Yeah. What has been eating your money? Go and do that business. At least you'll be your own number one client.
Number one. Simple as that. So if you know that you like to go and drink beer by 5 o'clock, go and start the business.
Just open at 5 o'clock.
Open at 5 o'clock and you call it 5 o'clock and start that business. If you know you've been eating now, go start that as a business.
Absolutely.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah. You know, sorry, because somebody asked me a question that, people have asked, what inspired me to found Lifestyle Up? I said to them that one of my greatest inspiration was the fact that as a child, I never had the luxury of having a room to myself. That was a fantasy. And today I still feel very, it was that anger, the annoyance that said, when this real estate, we must make it affordable. I say, well, every young boy must have a room to himself. And once you are 18, nothing stops you from aspiring to owning a house to yourself, because you are not too young to own a house. So you need to convert your anger to something very productive that at the end of the day changes humanity. Yes. Ebuka, thank you so very much. So what that simply means, Ebuka, is that at the end of the day, everything is still about knowledge.
Knowledge is key, it's supreme, especially when we talk about the information age. Knowledge is the father of information, right? And so your ability, not just to gather the knowledge, because everything's available on Google, let's first be frank. Google and YouTube University, you can get everything you want, right? Now, your ability to then synthesize that knowledge and say, okay, fine, how can I become intelligent with the knowledge and deploy this? That's now entirely up to you. Absolutely. Don't wait for a motivational speaker to come and bang it in your head and say you must get up. I'm telling you right now, nobody's coming to save you. You come save yourself.
Absolutely.
All right?
Absolutely. And talking about Google, please just Google now. Not now. After this edition, once as I'm about to sign out, just Google how to think. Okay? Because even with all the knowledge, you still need to have the capacity to think on how to neuralize, duralize, this knowledge of yours. So thank you so much. I must really thank every one of you for being part of this edition today. Ebuka, just a final word from you, 10 seconds.
All right, thank you so much for the invite. I think I like this conversation, and maybe our next time we speak, we'll talk about both creative thinking and a different part. I think Nigerians want critical thinking, how to fuse both together. Awesome. Creative thinking, critical thinking, how to fuse that together.
Awesome. And I promise I'm going to follow up on Ebuka on this, and we are going to have a date that will bring him back to talk about creative thinking and how to
think critically.
Creative thinking and critical thinking, create inevitable innovations that will create wealth. Thank you so much for being part of this edition of the Discover Your Asset webinar. It's a new reality for us at Lifestyle Up. It's a new dynamics entirely, and I want to congratulate every one of you, because going forward, we'll be having some fantastic, great minds like Ebuka coming to share knowledge you could have paid $5,000 for a session, okay? And you get it for free. If we have sincerely added value to you today, you will do two things for me. It's your gift to me. One, I would like you to share this link and let people watch a replay of this edition. Two, I would like you to join us again next week to be part of this, and don't just join with your team members, with your friends, and let us collectively build a unique knowledge community, knowledge that can transform wealth. Thank you so very much. My name is Abioye, and I'm the CEO of Lifestyle Up. See you very soon. Bye-bye.